I love that he's one of the most powerful celestial beings in the history of the world.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's really sensitive, you guys. He just needs a hug.
I have a lot of questions about Ella's journey this season.
Oh boy, okay.
How do you feel about the journey that she's going on?
So, I've had a blast.
Yeah.
How many people can say that they got to kiss girls, kiss boys, defuse bombs on ecstasy, show up to work hungover, get naked.
They really put you through
Mom and Dad.
yeah.
Bucket list? It's been really fun because she had a crisis of faith last year, which means that anything goes, and our sweet little nerdy Ella became a bit of a wild card. And now I think it's more, instead of crisis of faith, crisis of self.
Tougher than you'd imagine.
It's gonna be really interesting because I think one of the things I love about Ella is she's unapologetic about who she is. She's the smartest person in the room, super nerdy, loves to read, never has a love interest, never has a boyfriend, is in her own lane, and knows exactly who she is. And her moral compass is really strong. And then if you start rattling that, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Because she did share a kiss last season.
She did.
Are we gonna see some romance for her this season?
How do you define romance? Maybe.
Like things with her and Dan?
Well, I don't know if it'll be with her and Dan. I think that was just two people really lost.
No, we shouldn't.
Cool.
So maybe a love interest, but probably not Dan.
Yeah, you're gonna see a side of her that I think a lot of girls can relate to.
Okay.
You know how like sometimes you think with your not sane, logical mind when you pick guys to date? We may see some of that.
So she picks the wrong person, perhaps. Maybe.
Perhaps, possibly.
Hey, we all got our quirks, right?
Mine is that I'm like actually the devil.
Oh, right.
You sort of brought this up earlier, her crisis of faith.
Yes.
Do you think it's time that she finds out that Lucifer is actually the devil?
You know, people ask me that a lot, and I love that she doesn't know.
Okay.
Because she can say things like, oh, that's right, you're the devil, AKA method actor. Are you
The devil?
a method actor?
What?
And so I don't want to take that fun away from her, especially now that Chloe knows. I love when he's like, you know, my dad, God, and Ella can be like, oh, right, your dad, God. I just think it's so fun that she could rib him as just being an unemployed actor that can't catch a break and needs a hug and is like this really sensitive guy. So I love that he's one of the most powerful celestial beings in the history of the world.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's really sensitive, you guys. He just needs a hug. Bring it in.
What?
I don't want to take away her little sister, older brother dynamic because I think that there's no sexual tension there with Ella and Lucifer, and I love that, and I feel like it's because she just thinks he's a down on his luck actor. And I think if she ever did find out, because she's such a woman of faith, and if you believe in God, you have to believe in the devil, and if you believe in good, you have to believe in evil, I think she would hug him. And I think she would just have a lot of questions, and I think she would ask if they could just go out for a beer and really clarify some stuff for her.
You gotta have faith, right?
It's so funny you say that, because I was going to ask you how that would affect her faith.
You know, Ella, what I love about her is she is like a real life angel. She's not judgmental. She gives people the benefit of the doubt. She sees the best in people. And so I think in the same way, she would be consistent like that even with the devil. Because as we've heard her say before, the devil was a fallen angel. And she specifically said, if you were ever an angel, even a fallen angel, it means that you can't possibly be all bad.
Right.
Because she was an angel. And so I think that she would be really consistent with that and just have a lot of questions. You know, like who's down there? Is Adolf Hitler down there? Obviously, like, you know, what's, you know, is Prince? Prince is definitely not down. You know, I think she would just ask a lot of fun questions.
Yeah.
And besides, I think the devil gets a bad rap.
Oh, you do you?
Sure. I mean, what did he really do that was so bad? What, rebel against his dad, ask some naked lady if she wanted an apple?
You still my heart. Do go on.
as we do wrap up this show, I mean, there's only, what, a few more episodes for you guys to film. How are you feeling emotionally? I mean, how is it coming to work every day knowing that the end is in sight?
You know, it's bittersweet. Anyone who follows us on social media knows how close we are. We really are a family. We were a total underdog story. I mean, we were a crime-solving double show that got canceled, and then 8.5 million people around the world championed to bring us back, and now we're the #1 binge show in the world.
Take that, bitches.
Anyone has felt like an underdog. Yeah. Everyone has felt like odd man out, invisible, not seen. And I think even though our show's ironically about the devil, it's really about love. And if the devil can be forgiven, then anyone can be forgiven. And if the devil's got daddy issues or like family issues, it's such universal concepts. But at least we got 1 season left, and I think it's gonna be our best one yet.
Good luck. You got this.
You know how it ends?
I do know how it ends. I can't look. First of all, this one has the most stunning eyes. Okay, you just like look at her eyes and you like fall into this rabbit hole of. So her and Lucifer, I think, could have a mojo off.
The nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
It's
documented
true.
forever.
It's true, but I do know how it ends, and I will be totally honest. When they told me how it ends, I may have gotten a little bit emotional, and then the first thing I did was just touch my heart. So I'm sure there will be a lot of Kleenexes. Yeah. Especially because anyone who's a hopeless romantic out there, you know, we have a very Beauty and the Beast love story going on, and ultimately, you know, it's about love. But y'all are gonna cry you're gonna cry your little eyes out, and we're gonna rip out your hearts, but we're gonna make you laugh, and it'll be fun.
It's a wedding?
Ooh, I don't know about that. You'll just have to wait and see. Season 5, we're gonna go out with a bang.
Whammo.
Well done, Miss Lopez.